Next up, Scott Grable, senior with Eaton basketball, among other sports. Eaton's coming off of 19 wins, including a Sweet 16 appearance last season. You had a good group of returning contributors that were expected to come back and help you guys be a really good basketball team. Right now, as we're talking, Scott, Eaton basketball is settling into the middle of the pack in a very consistently tough Patriot League. Why is that? What's happening with Eaton basketball this year?
We had a tough loss. Our 6'7" player decided to not come back this year due to baseball. He's committed to OSU, so he decided not to return. So that was kind of a tough spot to fill. But we just got to keep playing the best basketball we can on every possession and just keep getting better. We're really young.
If you look at the Eaton roster, you got head coach Dean Grable. You got sophomore kid Zach Grable. You got a sophomore kid Will Grable. You got a senior in Scott Grable. What's with all the Grable?
You know, ever since my brothers and I were little, we'd always go to my dad's games when he was coaching, and we'd always think about, one day that could be us out there, and now it's finally happening.
You're a senior leader, high expectations because you had seniors returning from a team that, went deep into the playoffs last year. One missing because he chose to play baseball. So like you've mentioned a couple times, you guys are young. Your top 10 all classifications, we rounded off, about 24.5 points per game. That wasn't in the plan for this year. Besides just missing one guy who went to play baseball, why are you such a heavy scorer? Because, again, that's not what the expectations were. You're supposed to be a little bit more balanced, right?
Yeah. Our coach always preaches the name of the game is scoring. And so every time I step out there, I just try to be a scorer. And so, and if I'm not making shots, I just try to help the team with like assists and defense. But I just have confidence in myself, and I just try to put the ball in the basket.
Seems to me you put the ball in the basket a lot. Again, about 24.5 per game, and top 10 all classifications in the state of Colorado. If we had to describe a little bit more in detail, what kind of scorer are you in Class 3A?
I like to think of myself as like a slasher. I like to get my main focus is trying to get to the rim, and then from there either kick it out for my teammates or finish at the rim. And
you're also a leader to a successful one. If we go back to the fact that you were a quarterback on a state championship football team, just this past fall, in December, you collected a trophy, winning the state championship with Eaton. How does that translate into how successful you've been as a scorer and a leader so far in this young pandemic basketball season?
I think it has an impact. The confidence, like knowing that I can be successful, carries over. So I think that's part of my confidence for sure.
And you're also very well-rounded too. We know you play multi-sports, and that's a good thing. I'm sure that all translates to you as an athlete. And then also even, beyond the high school campus, what about you as a shredder on the lake? What's with that?
I'm all right. Yeah, my grandparents got a spot on a private lake in Wellington, and we spent a lot of our times in the summer up there and just having some fun. And yeah, skiing's my favorite thing to do now. I started out wakeboarding, but I switched over to skiing recently.
Slalom or tricks?
No tricks, just slalom.
Okay. Just nice and smooth like that, right? Disciplined.
Yeah, just nice cuts, back and forth.
We'll have to check your huddle tape and see if there's anything on the lake, just for some variation, right? Gotcha. Well, and that just shows again, how well-rounded you are, and there's some versatility, some layers to you as an athlete. So let me ask you this. Eaton alum Austin Eckler, how has his NCAA and NFL career inspired you?
It shows me that even if you go to a littler school, if you're good enough, they'll find you and you'll have the opportunity to play at the next level.
Western Colorado found you, right? The track and field program. You're already a signee to compete in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference for Western Colorado as a long jumper. Why is that a fit for you as a student athlete when you move on to the NCAA level?
That's a fit because I started track in middle school, just kind of like try it out, and then I turned out to be pretty good. And I was doing baseball and track at the same time. And then my junior year, I decided to just to focus on track because I felt like I could really be good. And then when Rustin reached out to me, I took a visit up there, and I really liked how it felt. And I really enjoyed long jumping, so I feel like I'll have some fun up there.
Considering that you're a track and field athlete, how unique is it? And you tell me your perspective. Think of this. You are like 2 years removed from a state track and field event, right? But yet here you are. I mean, you know, how did you get discovered when you didn't even compete last year as a junior?
I guess they saw my sophomore marks and thought they would give me a shot, and I'm thankful for that, and hopefully I can prove myself.
What's your current PR, your personal record for long jump?
I think it's like 22.6.
Well, when was that recorded? Do you know?
That was sophomore year, maybe a conference meet or something.
Okay, 22.6. And if we did the math, so you could probably get to the rim from the free throw line, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, hey, back to basketball. Again, we mentioned the reality is you guys are kind of middling within that very tough Patriot League in Class 3A, but we're always going to respect any Eaton squad in any sport. Why do all the Class 3A squads need to respect you guys moving forward for the rest of this shortened regular season?
We may not have the length, but we're a very quick team. We like to get out and run, and I feel like our quickness can be something that's kind of tough to deal with. So I think we have the talent. We just gotta execute and play our best basketball every possession we can.
We're here for the ones with big hearts, the ones with big calluses, the ones who go the distance, the ones holding down the fort, the weekend warriors, the crafty ones, these crafty ones too, and the ones just being themselves. Here's to the ones who define the Colorado spirit. We're proud to be the community bank that helps them live that way, because we're not just a bank in Colorado. We're Bank of Colorado. There's only one.